and welcome back to the channel. Food. Thanks for tapping in. Don't forget to share, like, and subscribe. Reflect videos like this.
Watch what happens when you put Jesus in there.
Personalize a message. You can put Allah loves you. Or you could even put, let me see. Let's just try it out. Buddha loves you. But you cannot even type in the word Jesus.
Wow.
We cannot allow this text on the
That's
camera.
crazy.
Everything else is good though. Even if I put, let's see, Satan.
Oh no, bro.
Hold on. Satan loves you. You can put that. You can put Satan loves you, Allah loves you, Buddha loves you. But when you type in this word, you can't even type the word in. That's crazy. That's ridiculous.
Funny are these Merkins, you guys. We have different colors, different hair. This is insane. Skims, baby.
Is that a prank or a spell?
Robotízame ya.
Señora, quítese.
Hazlo. Robotízame. Ahora. No esperes más. Robotízame ya.
I shot LiDAR AI photon protein fiber beams at Devil's Tower, and you are not going to believe what is inside it. It changes the whole history of not only America, but the world. Devil's Tower is in Wyoming, and it's a structural edge that's mysterious because I'm an Eagle Scout, and if you look at the rock formation edge, I don't think it's solid, and a lot of people are like, it's solid all the way through. So I, with my friend Dr. Remy Demi, shot the world's best, this is it right here, protein fiber beam AI LiDAR technology directly at Devil's Tower, and this is the imagery it gave back. There are chambers inside the base of Devil's Tower with, you can see a passageway right there. Here's another angle of it, of another view, and it's just insane. It's blowing our minds. We don't know if this is a Native American chamber, if it's an alien chamber. So now we're trying to get access to that passageway. We know the door is amongst about right there, but we are trying to get permits so we can dig down and access the door and go into the chambers. I'll keep you updated. Follow me and I'll keep you updated on what we find. We hope to get the permits next week, and I'm just super excited to go in and see what it's all about.
Who owns the music industry? Top.
Like, what do you mean?
What race? What people are on top of the music industry?
I mean, business-wise, I think it's just. And without getting into like, yeah,
It's okay, man. We know, bro.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I don't give a fuck. You know me, I'm 6'9", but I don't know which way y'all want to take it. But everybody knows Jewish people run it.
Yeah.
Jewish people run the music industry. Jewish people run the judicial system. Jewish people, you know, they're all federal judges. They are all, you know, in the thing. So
how real are duendes?
Oh, they're real.
Are they real duendes?
Real.
Describe them, and have you been experienced with them?
I've never experienced them, but I've had people that experience them. I have people that, a lot of Mexican people, like a lot of, they see duendes a lot.
So duendes are Smurfs.
Yeah.
Smurfs.
The real little people.
Like real
little people, like they're real little people.
I've heard stories que se ven normales or en otras que...
The people that explain to me about them, not all duendes are malos either. Not all of them are malos. A lot of them hay unos que son jokesters and like tricksters and they just want to riddle you and play with you. It's a game. Yeah, there's some que ya son malos, que son puro maldosos. Well, like I said, the people that describe them to me son pequeños. La cara se ve normal y hay unos que sí, no se le ve ni el rostro. Pero they're very small. They're very small. They congregate en las oscuridades. You could go by a dark bridge at night. There's this thing they're saying that if you whistle or throw change out by a bridge, like a kind of an old abandoned bridge, then you could probably hear a duende. They make noises. They whistle.
When I go around there, I'm hearing whistles. I'm not gonna lie, man.
You be hearing whistles?
Yeah, no, I'm serious, yeah.
Bro, they whistle. They whistle.
The
thing is that they want to get your attention. Once you can focus in on one, then if they grab your attention, yeah,
I'm cooked.
You're cooked. They're gonna, yeah.
¿Me van a matar?
No matar, sino like te afecta. Te empiezas, como se dice, estoy no me loco. Because it'll start fucking like psychologically.
Yeah.
我们这里的筚路仔，多少喜欢挂玉牌，香炉公台上百，长大才开摆晃牌，千层百三百，钱包里多几百，一的是六合彩，难的是等合牌来踩，来从这里滚里对应好运八风来，散了才能聚，你不出手说了在。
And why did she touch the mannequin's foot?
This is the rear salon. Since lobby. It's Hawaii. Look what's coming out of the back of it in color. 5 separate gases coming out of this reptilian tanker, dropping 5 gases at 300 feet. You're smoking their gas today because they dropped this gas only on technically advancing communities on the planet, okay? Every 4 to 6 weeks. So you could be getting it today. Not 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They didn't see it because everybody's minds are controlled to not see it, just like a stealth system. So the commander of this squadron made sure that that stealth was turned on. He forgot to turn on the stealth that prevents the camera from photographing it. The reason you don't see these, they're flying all over us. There's hundreds of them. There's thousands of them every single day on your planet. They're dropping the gas. So your mind is being controlled, and you don't function normally, or how you should function. We are being mind controlled, not for the last couple of weeks, but for thousands of years.
is nasty work. These scientists are playing God, manipulating the elements, creating natural disasters for targeted areas.
A machine that can create the worst imaginable hurricane conditions indoors.
Indoors!
This is the Sustain Wind Wave Laboratory. Sustain stands for Surge Structure Atmosphere Interaction.
Atmosphere interaction.
I still get a chill sometimes watching it, even though I've seen it run hundreds of times.
Okay.
For a win.
I like the win. Yes. You make it nice and simple. So you're like, do this first. Do this first. Do this second. Anybody can figure it out.
Yes.
Yeah.
So they just pull a lever, push a button, and now they creating natural disasters for certain areas. They playing God. We actually control elements as gods, but they're doing it themselves in laboratories.
Embarrassed but thankful.
I am troubled by how this card just fell on the ground. The hell? Cards fell. Exactly. How is this even? I have never seen some shit like this before. This is crazy. Look at it. It's just on the side. It's on the core. What the fuck? It is levitating.
Jeffrey Epstein, there's no such person. He doesn't exist. John F. Kennedy's shooting, not real. George Floyd, completely fake, never happened. In the Diddy case, okay? It's all fake, it's all make-believe. Freemasons don't go to jail. And LeBron's not human. We'll talk about the Kobe crash that it never happened. Kobe never died in a helicopter crash. You think the earth is round? You think voting is real? Whoever's gonna be president in 2028, it's been decided a long time ago. Everything is a lie. It's weird. They have a deal in the universe that they have to tell us what they're going to do first. Look how many presidents have blue eyes.
As of 2025, approximately 31 of 46 presidents are believed to have blue eyes.
That's a lot. What's the one thing that's universal? Numbers. I'm really good at this, you guys.
One plane was in the air. Despite the FFA grounding all civilian flights over the US after 9/11, one special flight was authorized. It delivered a snake antivenom for a man in Florida who had been bitten by an inland taipan, which is a snake.
Even better, keep going.
One of the most venomous snakes in the world.
See, snake. Early 2019, there was a designer. His name was Kovid Kapoor. You know what his specialty was? Designing outfits with matching face masks.
Like literally, you're right.
Yeah, Khan. He was the one, the spokesperson. He went to the White House and he was doing a terrible acting job, crying. We need to take care of this. And they laughed. They literally laughed. Like you'll see the Sandy Hook dad, a day after the shooting, he goes on the...
So it's always the hair that tells the true story about the true ethnicity of our ancient people. But not only the hair tells the story, there's actually another huge piece here. You notice how the nose is missing on this statue? Seemingly chiseled out. Now what's interesting about this is a very common theme amongst many ancient statues and sculptures found around the world. Even on the Sphinx of Egypt, again, on all these ancient statues, the nose has seemingly been chiseled out. It's because the nose tells the real story, guys. It tells the real story. And when we see Greek statues like this, intact nose, no problem, white people, you know. And then you got the chiseled out nose here because it's telling the real story of our true ancestors. You think that it's just a coincidence that all of these ancient statues have the nose chiseled out? Well, let me tell you, it's most definitely not a coincidence, and it's just another way to cover up the real origins of humanity and our true history. Peace and love.
Laudato Gesù Cristo, il donatore del cavallo, Signore. Ojciec Świętobliwość.
Dovremmo andare.
Symbolic and spiritual, or just a deception?
Señores, que alguien me explique eso, miren. En Pamper, en Pamper, en Pamper, en Pamper, amarrado. ¿Por qué? Que alguien me diga, por favor, por qué tienen al morenito amarrado y no en Pamper como los otros.
Remember the Travis Scott concert where those people dropped? Okay, so what was the deal there? Number one, everybody had to be vaccinated to go. And after they got vaccinated, they walked through a tunnel where there was all this strobe lights, and then they got into the concert. There's all these wavelengths, these sounds, and what happened? About 15 people just dropped. Now, this was not a crush scene. Those don't happen this way. I really looked into this. These people dropped, then it became a crush scene when they're trying to do CPR on all these people. It was almost at once. So one guy was alive after this. There weren't that many survivors, but the one guy that what I was able to find, he said, it felt like my heart stopped. And I'm just saying, this would be an optogenetic moment.
Sure.
We've seen it in South Korea. We've seen it in Australia. We've seen it in Israel. We've seen it all over the world now. China, if you saw those pictures of these women sitting there, I saw a woman at a table and she's looking at her phone and suddenly there's a flash and she falls over. And now there's a whole science out there to deal with wavelength and opsins. And I think that we should be paying attention to this.
In addition to the watchers, there are the disruptors. Spot them with this sign. The index finger and pinky raised with the middle and ring fingers folded down. Basically, the rock on gesture, also known as the goat. This symbol represents the Baphomet. It signifies rebellion against the established order and devotion to Illuminati's global control. Next are the prospects. They use the OK gesture, where the index finger and thumb form a circle while the other three fingers are extended. This represents the number 666. This sign is often used by those within the entertainment industry to communicate that they're willing to use their wealth and power to be part of the Illuminati's agenda of control. Finally, there's this one, hands down folded into a diamond shape. You'll see this in formal settings, like public ceremonies or award shows. It indicates senior status and high rank in the Illuminati power structure. You'll mostly see this displayed by political and business leaders. These symbols not only signal allegiance to the Illuminati, but also condition the public, quietly preparing society for the New World Order. And every time you see these symbols, you're witnessing a hidden conversation, a dialogue between those who control the world and those who aspire to. You're watching generals give orders to soldiers, and soldiers acknowledging those orders. They're telling us everything they're doing. We just have to learn to read the signs.
There's living in the jungle, and then there's this. Meet the Karawai people of Indonesia, and they choose to live above it. Above might be an understatement. Their houses can be anywhere from 30 to over 100 feet off the ground. Each house sits atop a single towering trunk, and they're all lashed together by hand. Now the height, it serves a purpose. It gives protection from floods, biting insects, and rival clans. They're built strong enough to hold the entire family and their fire pit. And there's some pride involved too. The higher the home, the more skill and status it shows. Keeping up with the Joneses jungle style. The more you know.
And was complaining about getting groceries at the car.
They told me I was crazy when I told them the clouds might be man-made and used to block out the sun. So look, use this video when they try to call you crazy.
Hey, I don't know if y'all know this, but I actually work in a cloud factory. We create clouds and make rain for the city of Chicago. We control the climate.
Did you know some women in Japan walk with their feet turned slightly inward? This unique style is called uchi-hachi walking. Each step is taken with care, the toes pointing inward in a soft figure 8. To outsiders, it may seem unusual, but in Japan, it's tied to beauty ideals and was once a graceful walk used by courtesans in formal processions.
They outside, bro. Oh, there's more of them over there. What that flag mean? What does that flag mean? What? Sheikhna? Messiah is coming. The Messiah? Is this what he said? Is Messiah? That's the Messiah? He said the Messiah is coming. That's what they said.
Shalom, shalom, shalom.
Sheikh is coming.
Sheikh? Sheikh is coming.
Sheikh who? Sheikh al-Masjid?
There is something crazy about these pillars. Why did they have to create these pillars using rotating mechanisms? If they're just used for structural support, why go through the pain of turning them in a lathe machine? Think about it, even today, putting these giant stone blocks into lathe machines and turning them would be a difficult project. Why did ancient builders go through the process? For structural strength? No, even for beauty, they could have easily carved on these pillars and made them beautiful. They don't have to turn them in a lathe. Why did they do this? Do you remember how we see sound as waves? Like how they go up and down when we speak? This is only a 2D visualization. If we create them in 3 dimensions, they look very similar to these pillars. This is how a 3D sound wave looks. Just like the lathe-turned pillars with all these grooves. Different. No 2 pillars are identical in this hall. Is it possible that each pillar represents a particular sound?
They're jumping in. Look at them all. These are all monkeys jumping in. Oh my God, it's raining monkeys. This is like crazy. Oh my God. They're all of them. One jumped in right here by me. Go on, little one. What the heck's making them all jump? All monkeys.
If it's fleeing the scene, you probably should too.
Have a look at this 10-cent Italian coin, literally depicting the flat earth. Now, on the other side, they're actually mocking the globe heads. Isn't that wild? Showing you the truth in plain sight, and then mocking you openly. This, obviously, depicting the flat earth, globe head. Just like the United Nations logo, the truth is always in plain sight. Peace and love.
Spiders becoming self-aware.
I accidentally walked through this spider's web yesterday, so he rebuilt it since then, but like with like markers? Now you can see it way better? Oh my gosh. Hold on. He's like, you're gonna see it now. But that's him.
What happened was she walked through a spider web because she didn't see it. The very next day, this guy put up traffic cones on his spider web so she can see it, so she won't walk through it this time. So this spider understood someone might walk through this again, so I need to put some cones up. So he actually learned and did.
Citizens will
if I don't?
will have to have one. Well, the plan is that we're going to roll this out by the end of
No,
the
my
Parliament.
question is, what if I don't? What if I've got my job, so I don't need to show this to anyone? So what if I just don't do it?
So if you don't have one, then you'll have a problem if you want to get a new job.
No, I'm saying I'm not doing that. So I'm not seeking a job. So why should I get the digital ID card? Why do I do it? Is there some fine for not doing it? Is there an incentive to do it? I'm just thinking I've got no reason to do it.
Yeah, look, this isn't a heavy-handed approach. We're not planning to go around finding people. But what we are going to do is make sure that everybody's got one. In the same way, Charlie, as you've got a national insurance number, if you're a citizen of this country, we'll make sure that everybody has a digital ID.
So help me with this. I know we're plotting through this, but so everyone watching who's got a job has got a national insurance number. So when these digital ID cards exist, if I just go to my employer and show them my national insurance number, is that not sufficient? Are they being precluded from employing me?
It won't be sufficient. I just want to be really clear about that.
The long hotel. You long in there. Ain't no short time. Long.
Commercial jets don't burn the fuel they say they do. The math doesn't work. The tanks don't exist. The weight would tear the wings off. Since the 1930s, black projects have been harvesting atmospheric electricity and using electro-aerodynamic propulsion hidden inside conventional engine shells. A few hundred gallons of kerosene for takeoff, then the craft locks into Tesla's stolen tech, plasma drive, ionic propulsion, magnetohydrodynamics, literally free energy from the sky. The wings? Full of ballast, wiring and control systems, not 300,000 pounds of liquid. We're paying fuel surcharges for flights powered by the ether. The airline industry is a global cash machine built on a lie. They rub it in our faces with jet fuel dumps and fuel prices, but you never hear the liquid slosh because it's not there. Tesla's dream of free power lives, we're just not the ones using it.
Let me tell you how hard the CIA runs the rap game. It's insane. The State Department just recently brought like 22 hip-hop artists from all these different conflict zones. I can walk you through in Bangladesh how USAID was funding rap musicians, reporting back to the State Department about how the songs were designed to create street protests, producing their music videos.
You're talking about ones from other countries right now.
They were also working with USAID to secretly fund the hip-hop movement in Cuba to overthrow the Cuban government through anti-government rap anthems.
And who thought it was for a funeral?
Fidel Castro is pure Iranian ancient bloodline, and he's directly descended from Pope Paul III. He is from the papal nobility family, and he's from the Dukes of Castro. And Pope Paul III had 3 sons, and he gave each of them a dukedom. The Duke of Castro, the Duke of Piacenza, which is a city in northern Italy. That's where Castro's father was born.
And you've done the genealogies.
Absolutely.
So far, these people have been very good in veiling the truth and hiding it, because the Rockefellers own the University of Chicago. The Russell Trust runs Yale University. All these bloodlines control information, scholarship, and every single aspect, and sciences, of course, almost every single aspect of our lives that shape our world.
And if you go back some more into the Bible, you will also find mention of a global genocide. And so this is basically the Jesuit embrace, enfold, extinguish. It's the secret history of the Jesuits.
Nukes do not exist, Part 2. What you're witnessing is the construction of a massive pile, thousands of pounds of TNT. The team stacking this TNT said that they are going to be stacking the TNT pile, while another team stacks the actual real nuke pile, or sets up the nuke to be detonated. Both teams were told the same thing. They both stacked TNT. They detonated it from far away and were told to not look at it. And then we have pictures of the mushroom cloud, which, by the way, many different explosions create mushroom clouds, not just nuclear bombs, which is what all the movies shown. So we have massive stacks of TNT. Holy crappers, be careful with that freaking hammer, dude. And this is the footage we'll see shortly of this thing detonating and them saying, we're testing nuclear bombs. Meanwhile, there's no radiation in the desert, despite them allegedly detonating hundreds and hundreds of freaking nuclear bombs, testing them. TNT. And before you say, what about Hiroshima and Nagasaki? Here is Hiroshima after the alleged atomic bomb, okay? And here is Dresden in Germany after World War II, after an intense firebombing campaign where they would drop high explosives and then come back and drop incendiaries. Another building in Hiroshima. Take a good look, man. And here is Dresden. And here, after an atomic bomb, where was the fallout? Now, the official story is that because the atomic bomb was detonated in the air, most of the radioactive material dissipated in the atmosphere. Convenient.
Once again, old Hollywood is creepy as fuck. Did you know, in 1971, a movie by the name of The Beguiled, starring Clint Eastwood, did this?
But everybody calls me Amy. I'm Corporal John McBurney, but everybody calls me McB. How old are you, Amy? 12. 13 in September. Old enough for kisses.
Bro, what? So you mean to tell me everybody on the set, the directors, the producers, writers, everybody thought this was okay? I mean, this is why I do these audits, you guys, because looking back into the past, we gotta check a lot of this shit. So this movie was about a wounded soldier in the Civil War, and he finds refuge in an isolated girls' school. Then it says he becomes the object of the young woman's fantasies in the school. This whole plot screams PDF file. So the young actress at the time, Pamela Ferdin, she said she was only 11 when that kiss happened. And that kiss wasn't even in the script. She said she wasn't expecting it because it wasn't in the script and was supposed to just be covering her mouth. But she found out later the director told Clint Eastwood to do it because it would be more provocative. They said they used that first take because of her stunned expression, which was real, was perfect. Sorry, but what universe is an old man kissing an 11-year-old girl perfect? Make sure you guys hit up my YouTube because I'm going to be doing more breakdowns and more audits.
Zero bilisibit bilibisity, zero bisibilil, bisilility, zero bilisibiti.
In the Beninging 3.0.
What? What? You're scaring me. What? There's nothing there.
We are told the humans built the Milan Cathedral but couldn't figure out how to manage human waste. We are told that they just put their waste in the streets. They tell us that they dumped it out of the windows with a bucket and wiping with their hand. This is the story. This doesn't translate to constructing perfect palaces with architectural designs that blow our minds today. Now, thinking logically, if you could build this, and this with perfection, zero mistakes, and they're still here today, then you would be able to design a sewer system that we use today. And we all know it. No running water, yet constructing granite with precision. If you don't have running water, it's incredibly dangerous for the entire population. You have filth everywhere, diseases, nobody is bathing. And according to the mainstream history, we are all told that ancient Rome, Greece, Mesopotamia, and the Indus Valley, they all had running water, public baths. The Romans supposedly had aqueducts, underground sewage. All of this over 2,000 years ago. This is what we are told. And then the year 500 hits. And that technology, it just vanishes. It's just gone. Nobody has running water anymore. No pipes and no baths. Just ragging themselves off over in the pond.
There's a company called Porta-Johns. Porta-Johns is the biggest porta potty company in the United States of America. They have a subsidiary company called Enzymes of America. When I say they, I'm talking about the pharmaceutical industry. You know where Enzymes of America gets their enzymes from? They have a contract with Porta-Johns. Porta-Johns gathers all the pee. They then put it through a process to get and isolate the enzyme, one being urokinase. You cannot patent something that occurs naturally in nature. So they take urokinase, they then mix it with a bunch of synthetic garbage. That's the drug that they're giving you, and they're basically selling you your own urine back to yourself, only under the disguise of a patented drug. But if they allowed you as a human being to understand what I just said, then people would have free medicine, and they can't have that.
People started having these experiences, and I had to tell them there are black helicopters, for example, and when you come online, the black helicopters will show up and they will want to read your field. A branch of our government, I don't have a name for it, has the job of finding and observing otherworldly beings. So they're keeping track of those beings because they emit certain frequencies. But the Merkaba is a very highly evolved frequency. So when you turn on your Merkaba, when you activate, when you come online, the black helicopters could and would come. And I recommend that you put on the cloak of invisibility. You call in the energy to make yourself invisible so that you are not noticed. Now, I've had them sit next to me on a plane.
Did you know that if you put water in a container and spin it, the water doesn't just spin around in a big sphere because of gravity? It actually spins away from the center due to centrifugal force. So exactly how is this possible that when you look out into the ocean, all you see is a beautiful flat horizon of water, as far as the eye can see? Take some binoculars and zoom in. You can zoom even further into the horizon. Yet, in outer space, suddenly everything is being clung to a globe by the magical forces of gravity. But some simple jet tricks will defy gravity with centrifugal force. So it just doesn't really make any sense to me. How is the Earth spinning at 1,000 miles per hour and moving at all these other speeds through space and just holding that water together? Gravity. Did you know that you can't actually measure gravity? Look it up. Wikipedia. Anyways, this video was for entertainment purposes only. Obviously, this is real videos of satellites.
They got the robots in here. You know how Japan do. There's no more people. Are you serious? This is crazy. Hello? Didn't I tell y'all to reskill? Now the robots is here. They're already here. There she is, taking your jobs. This is all automated, you guys. All automated. Look at this.
Please check the amount and put money in the deposit slot. If you are paying by credit card, press the credit button. Please take the receipt.
Thank you.
Well, if you ever wanted to be freaked out at night, I'm just looking in the yard. See all the little sparkly things? Those aren't water droplets. Those are wolf spider eyeballs. And it is dark outside. I'll show you what I mean. Let's find one real quick. There's one right there. See? Wolf spider. Teeny tiny wolf spider. And you see its eyeballs. So if you ever go outside and you happen to shine your phone into the grass, see all the little sparklies. Those are spiders. They're all their eyeballs shining back at you. Sweet dreams.
Yeah, I'm going, bro. Man, roll pretty comfortable. It's trying not to take too long. So, hell no.
It was clearly a suggestion.
A world-shattering
revelation for you to actually understand that your daughter has telepathic abilities. And so, like, when you define telepathy, in your mind, how specifically does it work?
Oh man, it's so hard to say. She has access.
Like, what would be your best guess to what's actually happening?
What's actually happening is, it's hard to say. I would say she has access to not only my mind, present thoughts, she has access to thoughts I'm not even thinking about. But not just that, she has the ability to go into other places like the Hill. I don't know if you know what the Hill is. She has the ability to go to other places, but not just the Hill. If I'm somewhere, she's probably here right now. Like she has the ability to go to places and teleport herself to those places and tell me, oh man, I have so many stories. So, for example, I did this one seminar in Orlando in January, and this is the first time I was a partner. And I remember having a conversation with my friend, and I remember him saying that, how does telepathy stuff work? And he says, and I said, well, Lidu says we're all telepathic. Well, the majority of us, as long as you have angels, you're telepathic. And he goes, well, I must not have angels because I don't think I'm telepathic. And I'm like, I think Lidu would disagree. And so, fast forward like a week or so later, I totally forget about that conversation. And I say to her, I said, Lidu, do you have a message for anybody at the seminar or about the seminar? And she goes, yeah, I have one for Alex. She says his name. And I said, what is it? She goes, Alex, I deem you a telepath. And I totally forgot this conversation happened. She goes, I deem you a telepath. And if you ever question it, just ask your angels to show you in a way that you understand, that you would recognize. And I remember telling him, he goes, oh my gosh, I totally forgot about the conversation too. So neither one of us were thinking about it. And that happens a lot, where we're not even thinking about it and she'll come into the memories. My husband, it took him a while to latch on to this stuff. It took him a while because he was the biggest skeptic on the planet. Mm-hmm. Once he saw me with the blindfold and he started to question everything. And then we went to Contact in the Desert. He goes, finally, okay, fine, Lidu, show me what you can do. Show me a memory, or tell me about a memory that only I would know about, and I haven't told you. And so she goes and tells him about this memory of when he accidentally killed a turtle. It was an accident. He went to give him a bath, and he's in Mexico, where it's like 120 degrees. He puts water into a baseball cap that's plastic, and it ended up killing the turtle. But she went into these details about it that even he forgot about until she mentioned it.
When he was a kid or something?
Yeah, when he was a little kid.
Wow.
Yeah, so she said these details. He's like, I forgot about that part. I forgot about that part. And so she has access to our memories. In fact, if I were to read...
Santa is Saturn. Christmas is the worship of Saturn. The 25th of December is Christmas Day. Ancient Romans celebrated Saturnalia to honor the god of Saturn, and this took place in December. December is ruled by Capricorn. Capricorn is ruled by Saturn. January and December are the months with the most deaths. Now this part blew my mind. Saturn is the god of death and time. Romans pictured Saturn with a scythe, which is a tool to harvest crops. Saturn is the harvester of the soul when you die. Romans celebrated Saturnalia to worship Saturn. And Santa is depicted on this sleigh, and Saturn is depicted on this sleigh. Christmas and New Year's Eve are the worship of Saturn. The winter represents death. Why are we celebrating New Year's and Christmas in this time? The New Year's should be in Aries, the spring, the new life, the new plants. Christmas has been renamed, but the symbolism remains the same. We've all been programmed to worship the god of death, time, restriction, and limitation, Saturn.
And that's a wrap for today, fool. I hope you enjoyed it. If so, don't forget to hit and smash the like button for me, smash that subscribe button, be part of the family. Remember, stay woke, and I'll catch you next time.